Hey guys, Timster here. I want to take this time to talk to you guys about the state of the channel as of right now. Yesterday I made a poll on my Twitter account asking how you guys felt about me releasing videos at a less frequent time, and the majority of the votes say yes, they absolutely don't mind that we change up the schedule and that we don't produce as many videos as we do now. Right now, as the schedule stands, I used to record and edit videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday would be the day I upload them or schedule them to be released to the public for that following Monday. It's a process that at the time I felt best worked with me and had synergy with everything else going on in my life, where I'd work a certain period of time, come home, record, edit, and all that stuff would be done before my crew gets home from work so we could live stream after. And again, for the most part, it all seemed to work really well together. It was all really timed well, and I felt like the synergy was there and it was just well timed. Everything was put together pretty well. Or at least that's what I thought it was going. And then it hit me that I've been arguing with people and honestly been feeling very angsty, frustrated, irritable, however you want to call it, towards people that I really had no reason to feel this way towards. And I'm not blaming YouTube or anyone or anything on this behavior. It is all 100% my fault, and I can kind of explain why, and hopefully you guys will understand and you won't think I'm being too negative, too down, too whatever, and you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Regardless if I'm working on a hobby or if I'm just in general working, I don't really feel too great about what I do unless there's some kind of payoff at the end. For example, with my Legos as my more basic hobby. I like what I do with those because when I envision a certain model or certain spaceship or anything like that, and I actually put it together, I like that it matches with my idea almost perfectly, if not perfectly. And when I show it off to my friends and family or peers or whatever, and they're just as impressed with it as I am, then I'll feel like that's a ship that's unique to me, something that I created with my own imagination. Something that anybody else will agree is of my own unique creation too. At my job, the payoff is being noticed by my managers, my coworkers, and so on and so forth about the work that I do around the place, whether it's just being on a register or cleaning up after customers or, you know, just doing the best I can while I'm there. And if I'm noticed by someone for working really, really hard, then that's the payoff I will take. The recognition and the appreciation for working so hard and just doing what I can while I'm there. With video games, it's more about grinding for that gold, that guild, that money, those levels, whatever, so I can train harder and get the equipment I need to fight that really difficult boss that's been bothering me for months. Sephiroth! And it feels genuinely good when I'm finally ready to take on that boss, and I finally vanquish him after so much hard work. That is the payoff there. With YouTube and creating videos lately, I really honestly hate to say this, I don't feel that same payoff. Now don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm worried about the views. In fact, I'm not even worried about the views whatsoever in that regard. It's more like it's hard for me to put in all the time and effort into making the videos that I want to make. And I can make a super awesome video in my opinion, but it only gets maybe a couple views, or maybe it doesn't get any views at all, which has been the case. Other times I'll put together a lazily edited video and somehow it'll do okay. So it's just kind of frustrating to know I can put in so much effort and it goes nowhere. It just dies straight in its tracks. Whereas I could make a video that's not all that great and it'll still do really fantastic, which I'm not complaining about. It's just, in the former case, I put in so much time and effort into the video to get no payoff for it. So it's really discouraging and admittedly a bit frustrating. Now the reason it's frustrating is because it kind of dives into my anxiety a little bit. If a video doesn't do well, I always think to myself, okay, how can I improve it then? Is it the thumbnails? Is it the tags I use? I honestly don't know. I don't know what the problem is, and I don't know how to improve because nobody leaves a comment or a like or a dislike to let me know, oh hey, this sounds good, but you need to work on your thumbnails, or your thumbnails are excellent, but you need to up the volume for the game or the mic, so on and so forth. I don't get that kind of feedback, so I'm not entirely sure if it's just the video not getting attention, if I'm not using the right tags. I honestly don't know, and it plays over and over again in my mind what I did wrong or what I could do better. But I don't know what I could do better because I genuinely don't know. For the record, I honestly have no idea what I'm doing with YouTube or how I'm doing anything I have been doing on YouTube. I know a lot of people will say that same thing, like, oh, when I started, I didn't know what I was doing either. It just kind of fell into this. And more power to you if that's who you are, if that's how it happened. But it's just frustrating when, you know, I'm using some of the most basic stuff to edit my videos. I'm using Movie Maker, but I'm still learning how to use Vegas Pro. I need to understand how Pixlr works, and I have neither the money nor the understanding of how Photoshop works. So I can't really use that too well either. I'm literally using what I have and hopefully making what I can out of it. But it doesn't really seem to be giving me much of a payoff in the end, and it makes me wonder if what I have is truly enough to do this or not. And it kind of sucks in that regard if I don't know if I'm doing enough. And the sad thing is, the videos I'm making, me and Mon-Fri I mean, they're not even supposed to be the real main focus of the channel. It's mostly supposed to be the live streams I do with the Tim-Foolery crew, and those live streams get uploaded to YouTube. That should be the main focus. The videos we make just turned into a hobby that I thought would be really cool. It just really sucks when you put in so much effort, and when you think the effort is enough, it turns out it may not even be enough after all. That's not to say I'm worrying about the numbers or anything like that, like the views, the sub count. I'm honestly not concerned with any of that whatsoever. People are right when they say don't worry about the numbers or views or anything. Because honestly, your average Joe could have 5,000 subscribers, but that doesn't mean he has 5,000 people watching. Whereas, I don't know, Simply Sally, she could have only 100 subscribers, and maybe she has 100 views per video. Who knows? That's how things work on YouTube. With my situation, the problem I'm having is, it kind of does have to do with the little views that I get, because I have a feeling I know who those views belong to. And it's not that I don't appreciate them or their support. More so, I don't want people to watch my videos because they feel they have to support me. I want them to watch because they genuinely want to. They like what they're watching, and they like the content that I make, and they wish to support that by watching everything because they want to. But that kind of leads into my next point. I don't really know how to improve my videos for the people to want to watch them, because there are not enough comments, or people aren't leaving comments telling me what they think I could do better or suggesting ways I could improve a video. Not that I blame anyone for not doing it, but more so, I just don't know where I'm supposed to go or what direction to go into in order to improve. It's like there's this barrier in front of me that stops me from improving in any way whatsoever, but I don't have the right tool, nor do I know what the right tool is to pierce that barrier. So I can't move beyond it in order to do better. Not that I'm using that as an excuse to say I'm not going to do better. More so, I'm just at a loss of how I can do better. I mean, sure, I can improve my thumbnails, but in what regard? Am I supposed to improve my editing? If so, how do I improve editing on a gameplay video? I'm honestly not sure. Especially not in the way I do the videos or how they're supposed to be represented. Like, it's supposed to be an episodic video, one after another for the playthrough that we're working on. So I'm not sure how much more I could edit or in what way. And all of that kind of brings us all the way back to point one, being, if I don't know how to improve, how do I get noticed? If I don't get noticed, that means the video gets 0 views. And if the video I worked really hard on gets 0 views, so it's just kind of a matter of me putting in so much time and effort into a video that ultimately didn't do so well. And it becomes a matter of, okay, I spent all this time, all this week working on this, so where's the payoff here? What do I have to show for all this work, or all this time that I spent making this video when there's nothing to show for it? And that's where it kind of gets really discouraging, because I don't have anything to show for it if I don't get any views. Again, I'm not saying views are important to me at all. I just want to make sure that's 100% clear. And I don't know, maybe I'm not making that clear at all. Maybe you guys are thinking, oh, well, this guy is just really fishing for views. He keeps complaining about them. I'm really trying not to, and I want to believe, and I do believe, views are not that important. They cannot be the driving force of why you do YouTube. It's got to be for the fun of it, because you love recording. You love doing whatever the recording is about. You love to edit the video, and you love to upload it and engage with the viewers and discuss how the video is, what you've done in the video, and, you know, all that general stuff. I love doing that with people. It just becomes hard to do and less fun to do if that doesn't happen. If there's just no engagement or anything like that. That's where I get frustrated, because I don't have anything to show for the video and there's no engagement for it. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. You've probably heard me rant about this before, saying, oh, Tim, don't worry about it. Just, you know, go with the flow. Just keep at it. You'll get somewhere eventually. And you know what? You guys are probably absolutely right. I just need to breathe and have patience with this. And I'm sure somewhere down the line, something good will come out of all this. Whether it's still me on YouTube, me on Twitch, me on some other platform, you know, whatever. Maybe something will happen somewhere down the line. I don't know yet. But that in turn kind of leads me to my next point. In the meantime of overthinking and overanalyzing, just feeling so anxious, or just letting my anxiety drive me crazy with the what ifs. What did I do wrong? What did I do right? How do I do this? How do I do that? It doesn't leave me with much time to do much of anything else. For example, see the posters right up here? Wait, where am I pointing? I don't know. Right up here, yeah. I'm just chasing in the corner. Those posters took me until maybe a couple months back to hang up, and I've had them for a while. Why didn't I get around to doing them? Because I prioritized YouTube and tried to get videos out and on time, instead of actually doing stuff like that. Stuff that I could very easily be doing. Stuff that I actually did want to do. Not that I don't want to do YouTube, and especially I'm not blaming YouTube for, or using it as an excuse for not doing stuff like that. More so, like I said, I prioritize YouTube over everything else, and that can't be the case. That's not how it's supposed to be done. Likewise, Mon-Fri K has told me there's some games he wanted to play with me. We still have to get through Resident Evil 5, eventually Resident Evil 6, and I think there's a couple others he wanted to play with me, but I remember a couple times I've told him, no, I can't do it at this time because I've got editing, recording, and uploading to do, and I don't have the time to join him in these games because of that. And that kind of leads into the reasons why I typically work on the weekends. Because during the weekday, I've got between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. to record something, edit something, and prepare it to upload. Because at that point, my sister is off at work, the rest of my crew is off at work, and when 4 p.m. rolls around, that's when they get home, give me like another hour to eat or so we can do live streams later. But before then, that's the perfect time for me to record. On the weekends, we're always together doing something, either playing games or going to the movies, going to the beach, doing whatever. And I don't have time to record or anything on my own because we're together doing something. So the weekends work completely out for me, and that work schedule worked best for my recording. But that also kind of interfered because I would use recording as an excuse as to why I couldn't, for example, clean the dishes, scoop cat boxes, hang up posters, or just in general anything like that, any personal affairs, because I wanted to record. Or even an example. Come here, Chasey boy. Yo, baby kitty Chase. I keep saying I can't play with him and let him burn out energy because I'm busy recording. And that's kind of the problem with me right now, especially in terms of why I don't have Photoshop or why I haven't properly learned Pixlr or anything else like that. Because I think I have to be busy recording and editing and trying to learn a little bit about the craft when I could be setting time aside to fully learn the craft and fully improve my game the right way and give myself plenty of time to do all this, which I haven't been because, again, prioritizing YouTube over everything else. But again, don't take this as me saying, oh, I hate YouTube, I hate recording, I hate uploading, I hate this whole thing. It's getting in the way of my life. No, that's not the case at all. I love what I'm doing on YouTube. It's one of the few creative outlets that I do have that I feel like I'm actually kind of good at, or something that fulfills me in specific ways. You know, I want nothing more than to entertain people with the games that I play, how I play them, and why certain games are my favorite of any other game out there. And I want to interact with like-minded people and create a community based on that understanding. And overall, I want it to be an ever-growing positive force that is the Tim-Foolery gaming community. And I know I'm probably being hypocritical with the positive force remark, coming from someone who probably sounds very super negative in this whole thing. And for that, I do apologize. I don't mean to be negative, it's just, I think all this has been kind of boiling up in my head for quite a while now, until it kind of imploded on itself. And it's completely my fault for choosing to ignore it instead of addressing it right away. And that's kind of where we are now, is finally addressing it after everything kind of imploded. I want to believe in myself, my channel, and my abilities as a creator, but it's just kind of difficult right now because I feel like I'm lost in the woods and I'm not entirely sure which way to go. I simply don't know what works and what doesn't. And it doesn't help knowing I've got that ever-looming strike on my channel because YouTube decided to take down one of my art videos for like the third time. And it's taking them forever to get back to me on whether or not that was a mistake and they're going to reinstate it or not. So I'm really sorry if I seem really negative. Again, it just feels like all this is kind of piling on top of me all at once. And it doesn't help that I keep having that thought of maybe I should just quit YouTube, quit my channel, because I don't know what I'm doing at all. And it's not a good feeling to not know what you're doing or where you're going. I feel like I'm completely lost here. I know the likes of bigger YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and others of that caliber, they've all must have felt the same way I did. Yes. And they sure as hell haven't given up. And I know that's not the right thing for me to do either, because if I give up now after how far I've come, then, you know, I'm going to look back on this day regretting that I ever gave up. So, Chase, I'm trying to be serious here. Alright, in the back. So I know I can't give up on this. I can't give up on you guys. If it weren't for this channel, I never would have met any of you. I know in my heart that I need YouTube, and this is something I've been missing my entire life. Quitting right now just isn't the right choice for me. Not now, not ever. So I think what I need to do right now, if Chase will let me talk, so I think what I need to do for right now is kind of go back to my old schedule. If we upload one video every other day instead, that should give me plenty of time to get my affairs in order, kind of learn and hone the craft, and continue to increase my skill with creating better videos for you guys to enjoy. So it'll be like this. Today is Monday, we already uploaded a video. Then the next one should be Wednesday. After that, it should be Friday. And then following that week, it should go with Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So next week's 4 videos, this week's only 3. So I think they'll give me plenty of time to, you know, go to work, hang out with my family, my friends, do what I need to, and still have plenty of time to record videos. In fact, with that rate, we might actually be backed up with videos for quite some time. So I won't even need to record or worry about recording or editing. It'll all be done a couple weeks in advance, if not a couple days, and that'll be plenty of time to just relax and do what I want. In the meantime, I'm going to look into video tutorials on how to use things like Pixlr, alternatives to Photoshop, and learn more about Vegas Pro and maybe use that a little bit more. It's kind of confusing and a little bit more time consuming, but with the new schedule and how we're going to set up stuff, I think I should have enough time and energy and in general just enough free time to use that a lot more often than Movie Maker. Hell, I might even have enough time to make my own channel trailer, something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just haven't had time to. In fact, thinking about it now kind of makes me really excited, like, I really want to do it. So that should be fun in its own right as well. And of course, I need to do better with interacting with you guys. Some other YouTubers like to post, you know, photos or videos and just interact with their fans and viewers and stuff like that on Twitter and Instagram, stuff like that. I'm probably not going to do Instagram, might leave that to just Tiffy, but on Twitter, I definitely want to get better at that. I want to interact with you guys. I want to know more about you guys and other YouTubers and see if we can get more, you know, just see if we can get more collabs going with other YouTubers. You've seen me do collabs with Silverlands 34, 35, I don't remember that number. You've seen me do collabs with Silverlands before with The Forest, And I do have plans to do collabs with Jay-Z Kitty Gaming at some point. But there's also Chronoside, Joyful Death, and a few other YouTubers like that I really want to play games with. But with the way things were going before, I felt like I didn't have the time to do any of that, simply because I put YouTube first, and I thought I absolutely had to get stuff done with that before I could do everything else. But most importantly, what I really want to do is put emphasis on the interaction and engagement with my audience, which is you guys, pretty much. And I've actually come to realize how hard it is for someone with depression and anxiety, as well as being more of an introverted individual. Not that I'm using that as an excuse, but it kind of is a little bit hard to really interact with other people, especially online. So I think what I will do is keep practicing with that, trying to interact with you guys, even if I don't feel like I'm up to it. Because the interaction and engagement I have with you guys is far worth anything I ever do or will do, because you guys ultimately make this all worth it. So going forward, despite how everything feels and how mixed up I feel about everything so far, I definitely want to try better. I know I can be better, and I will do better going forward, because I genuinely believe what I can do as a creator and as a YouTuber. I don't know how far we'll go with this, but I know I want to keep going. I want to keep trying. I want to do better. If I'm going to be sorry about one last thing, it's that I'm sorry you guys had to sit there and listen to this entire possible negative rant that's been going on with me. I really just need to get this off my chest. I feel like it's been building up for a while, and like I said before, I feel like I chose to ignore it, which was the complete wrong thing to do. I should have addressed it like right off the bat, and I didn't, and now I'm kind of paying for it with how I feel and with my behaviors towards other people. And for that, I am genuinely sorry that it ever came to this point. But I just want to let you guys know, Tim-Foolery Gaming is not going anywhere. Well, at least not really, as long as I have the power to stop that. But I do want to ask you guys for one small favor. I am not going to be streaming to YouTube at all anymore. So the favor I want to ask you guys is, I don't know if I'm going to have the name of it like somewhere up here or in the description down below, probably both. But go ahead and follow my Twitch channel at Timster91. I don't know how many followers or videos or whatever I have on there. Admittedly, I fixed up a little bit, but I didn't pay much attention to it. However, if you look here, I'm apparently one step away from reaching the affiliate status, which I don't know what that means at all, but it sounds really cool. I just need a few more people to view my live streams when we do it regularly. And I figured, you know what? Since I stream to both Twitch and YouTube already, and I've got a lot of followers or subscribers on YouTube, why not have them watch me on Twitch just as well? Like I said, if it wasn't in the video directly, it's going to be in the description down below. Click that link, you'll be there on my Twitch channel. Go ahead and follow me if you want, if you absolutely want. And hopefully you guys enjoy the live streams from there. And you guys let me know if there are any problems or anything like that. But first and foremost, enjoy the live streams if you choose to. But I also haven't decided if I'm going to take the live streams from Twitch and upload them to YouTube. I might just put a poll on Twitter to see what you guys think. So keep an eye out for that. Let me know what you guys feel best. We're going to do whatever we can. But anyway, I really want to thank you guys for literally everything. For sticking with me this whole year. You know, finding some kind of enjoyment out of even a second of my videos. For giving me this chance to do something with my life. And most importantly, thank you all for just being born. I had no idea any of you ever existed on this planet, and if it wasn't for YouTube, I never would have met any of you. You guys keep me going, and you are the most wonderful people I've ever met. Remember that this isn't just my channel, it's both of our channels too, mine and all of yours. So in that regard, if there's ever a game you want me to play, or a game you want me to try out, let me know on Twitter, let me know on YouTube, let me know on Twitch, wherever possible. I will check it out, I will give it a try. We'll make at least one episode of whatever game you guys suggest, because if I'm going to be playing the games, why not have you guys choose them for me and we'll play them? I'm still going to play games like Kingdom Hearts, Phantasy Star Online, whatever games my boy K wants to play. In fact, if there are any games you want him to play, let him know as well, either through me, on Twitter, or whatever. Whatever games you want us to play, we'll be more than happy to give them a shot for you guys. See, you know, how we react, how we deal with it, and just how much fun we had. Or not, you never know. just let us know. We'll try them out. And more importantly, if there's anything at all you feel like I should improve on, either the editing, the thumbnails, whatever, feel free to let me know too, because I can't improve unless I know what it is I need to improve on. If there's anything you guys see, feel free to let me know, no matter how harsh the comment. I will take it to heart, like I always do, but I'll also take it to mind, and I will improve if need be. And with that, I think I'm finally done. Sorry to take up so much time, but hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from, why I came up with this decision. Again, I'm not quitting, we're just changing the schedule. One video every other day going forward, and hopefully you guys understood. Again, I don't feel the way I do because of the views, the subscriber count, or anything like that. It's just my fault for the way I'm behaving and for the actions I'm taking and putting what is essentially a hobby before everything else. You shouldn't do that. I shouldn't be doing that. And I'm sorry I didn't address it sooner, but that's pretty much it. Just putting a hobby in front of personal affairs is no good. That's no way to do it. As always, my name's Timster from Tim-Foolery Gaming, and we are here to stay. And we'll see you guys later.